humbled to be here um, for this short amount of time on episode 40 of Holistic Anime. Um, Today, I just want to go over um, as I'm reaching a new pinnacle in my rising action arc, right? Um, Two things I want to share as I continue to actually now share um, more and more of my foundation, as not just the character I am, but, um, you know, um, who I am as um, this person who was built on, things such as endurance, gentleness, kindness, empathy, love, power, godliness, contentment, patience, peace, um, self discipline, righteousness, hope, faith, um, you know, things of that nature. Um, I want to hope to begin sharing more and more of my foundation over time. And that starts now. Um, so, without further ado, um, here's a verse from scripture. Uh, and I have knowledge and take and learn knowledge from different scriptures. This one just happens to come from the Bible, which is at this point in my life the most dominant one. Um, and like I said, it can come from all angles. I'm very open and understanding that, you know, after filtering different scriptures through my truth, which ones stand and which ones fall away. So, the first is when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understand as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. And that's First Corinthians 13, chapter 13, verse 11 from the Bible. Um, and that one really hits home, especially now, as I've made a transition and continue to, um, escape, quote unquote, escape and transition are kind of words that I use hand in hand with, of course, if you look at the definition, somewhat different context, but in the way I am using it, um, escape as in, I've made it to the other side. That's the context of the way I'm using it, and transition, meaning that I have moved from one state of being to the next. So I've gotten to the other side to this new state of being. Um, put away all childish things, and whether it's thoughts, feelings. I can't say emotions because emotions are things we experience day in and day out. But to a degree, yes. Um, and like the scripture says, understanding and the way I speak are um, now two different things. As a whole. Um, And, the second one I want to briefly share is from Proverbs 3, chapter 3, verse 31 from the Bible, that says, "Envy thou not the oppressor, choose none of his ways." Um, and, speaking of my rising arc, I understand that the deepest enemy is within, and nothing new is of this world. Um, but everything as a child we've learned from the outside in and have taken it as a part of us. And when we unlearn all the things that are untrue about us, from our oppressors, we don't need or have a care to be like them. So don't. And choose none of his paths or the ways you understand on how he reached being an enemy. This is episode 40. Peace.